Day number 1 at the NiHTEK booth with
David.
David.
Yes, sir.
And what do you do, David?
National Sales Manager for Ketone Labs.
Ketone Labs.
We have the global IP on Go BHB, or beta hydroxybutyrate.
I definitely know that.
Yeah, yes. Our body's identical molecule on ketones.
Okay.
The primary one, our liver converts into energy.
Okay.
Drives into all our mitochondria. I'm here with one of our house brands, Cleanform Nutrition. We're a sponsor of the ISSM this year.
Nice.
As well as, talking to all the booths to make sure that I get up to speed on the latest in technology and innovation in space.
Excellent.
And actually, can I try the protein that you have here today?
Yeah, well, we'll certainly do that for you, mate. And you were talking about, with your Go BHB brand, you're looking at other branded ingredients or other brands to do cooperations. We can certainly talk about that. One of the things I was mentioning is, unlike whey protein that contains lactose, and lactose is a form of sugar.
Yeah.
So though it's mild, and obviously there's a difference between a concentrate and an isolate, or a casein, or a milk protein isolate, depending on the lactose level, therefore the sugar level, because it is a sugar, whey protein may not be 100% keto friendly. But unlike whey protein, we are 100% whey and animal-free protein, allergen-free protein, so there is absolutely 0 sugars in our protein. So it can be a very complementary protein for the keto-friendly market.
Yeah.
Thus, with the Go BHB contribution and working on that could be a really good slot.
Yeah, 100%. I think one thing I've seen the biggest in just being here is, although keto is a huge part of some of the original history around beta hydroxybutyrate, it's not where a lot of the science sits today.
Yep.
Recently, there was a study actually conducted by Jose Antonio in his laboratory on 2,000 milligrams of the BHB.
Okay.
They isolated the D, which is the bioidentical, and the LBHB, which is, think about like left hand, right hand type of molecule.
Okay.
Against the placebo in 136 participants, 18 to 22 years old, looking at cognitive tasks and functions.
Excellent.
And on that first dose at 2,000 milligrams.
I'm sure you know Hunter, right, from Alabama?
I don't know Hunter personally.
Because I had a workout with him on the beach this morning.
Go say hi.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, he's cognitive with ketone. That's his thing. That's his jam. So he's here. He's a great guy. Had a good body weight workout on the beach.
I'll need you to introduce him to him. We've been looking a lot at cognitive and brain function around the ketones. We're really interested in having appetite around like general women's health with ketones as well, and finding more clinical evidence around some of the hypotheses we have. But then, of course, with the ketones, it's a ghrelin suppressant, so appetite support.
Complementary to the GLP.
100%.
Which is the biggest thing. One of the number 1 reasons why protein is through the roof on price is because for the first time ever, the doctors are recommending protein.
Yeah.
So there's a whole new millions, it's nearly 20% of Americans are using a GLP-1.
Yeah.
Millions of new consumers are suddenly consuming protein. And appetite suppression is certainly one of the main benefits. So with the ketone, it can help reduce that further.
Yeah, 100%. That, and when you're in a caloric deficit, oftentimes, yes, you're losing fat, but you're also losing some lean mass. If you're taking a specific dose of ketones, what our data shows and what we've seen in a different clinical study was we're actually able to spare some of that lean mass to help you maintain your metabolic resting rate in that caloric deficit. And so it's a really unique thing where we can actually start to look in deeper, how does protein and ketones come more together?
Absolutely. Well, here's the thing with your appetite suppression and with NiHPRO's unique there's actually a number of benefits, and why we like to say we're not a good solution for the protein market in the GLP semaglutide space, but I would say we're the protein. And the reason being a little similar, but complementary to your idea, is being sugar-free is very good for those on GLP-1. But the number 1 reason, one of the 2 side effects for GLP use?
Is brain fog one of them? I feel like I've heard of that a little bit. But I don't know.
Number 1 is gastrointestinal discomfort, so bloating. The number 1, right? As our friend Mike may know, when he first started his GLP-1, But you know, that isn't the most common side effect is gastrointestinal discomfort, bloating. Okay. So NiHPRO being lactose-free, allergen-free, but also a high DS, high digestibility, as well as the only isolate in the world that is FODMAP friendly. So there is FODMAP friendly, another way is bloat-friendly protein. It makes it very, very useful, and again, the protein when it comes to the GLP-1 market. The other side effects is cyclopenia, muscle wastage, right? So they need not just protein, so, you know, a non-sophisticated plant protein or a soy protein or all these things, or a collagen protein, I say that in air quotes, may not be the best protein source because it doesn't have the necessary amino acids for muscle protein synthesis. So they're not going to be able to get that muscle repair and muscle protection the same way as they can with superior protein. So some of the benefits of a whey protein is high in leucine content. Okay. And leucine is the king of amino acids when it comes to muscle protein synthesis. NiHPRO has the equivalent amount of leucine in it to that of a whey protein, which all commodity plant proteins do not. In addition to that, we have 4 times more L-arginine in it, and L-arginine is what's called a critical essential amino acid. So it's not an essential amino acid, but it's critical essential. So for those that need more L-arginine in their diet, it helps. And for those in using a GLP-1, it helps further blood flow, it helps digestibility, but it also helps lean muscle tissue regeneration more so. And it's 4 times more than a whey protein. So with your ketone and Go HPHB, which is very GLP-1 friendly, NiHPRO is the most GLP-1 protein, I would say, in the world today.
That's super fascinating. It seems like there's a lot of overlap, especially
yes, absolutely.
Blood flow. Like ketones are like a vasodilator.
There you go.
They promote blood flow, right?
There you go.
And so it's really unique in that
with
sense.
The L-arginine, with that, it's very complementary. We should be in the marketing game, you and I, man. We'll put a finished product package together. So I was just finishing off, and then we'll get you to try the protein.
Yeah, please.
DS and how we understand what makes a good protein. This is very, very important. Okay. And so PDCAAS you've heard of?
No.
PDCAAS, PDCAAS.
Okay.
The long acronym. Basically, it's a way to understand it's a loose understanding of the digestibility of amino acids. You've heard the phrase, you are what you eat.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you think it's accurate?
To a certain degree, yes.
To a certain degree, yes. But actually, the most accurate phrase is you are what you can digest.
Exactly. What's bioavailable, right?
What's bioavailable, 100%. So DIAS, different than PDCAAS, measures PDCAAS, which is a very old way of measuring protein quality. So PDCAAS and DIAS both is a way of understanding through the digestion system of what you're actually digesting and retaining. So there's 2 parts to the equation: what you put in, but also what you put out, right?
Yeah.
So a big problem with a lot of collagen proteins or plant proteins is their amount of essential amino acids in it is not sufficient. But the second problem is they don't digest well. Okay. So like a soy protein has a pretty high digestibility, can be up to the 90, so a DIAS of 0.9, but a rice protein can be as low as 0.4. So you have to eat a lot of rice protein to get that net value out. But in addition to that, the amino acids inside them are not plentiful in the essential amino acids, especially leucine.
I've kind of heard like the collagen is not a complete protein.
It's not at all. It's got a DIAS of, I think, 0. 0, right? Yeah. Collagen is useless, but it doesn't build muscle. It builds collagen.
Yeah.
Right? So when you're looking at amino acids, so anyway, digestible amino acid score, DIAS, we did our own study using an in vitro method, non-animal study method, to measure the DIAS. And our DIAS came out to be 1.16. Compare that to a whey protein isolate, which is 1.09, and a whey protein concentrate is 0.097. So we're actually higher when it comes to digestible digestible indispensable amino acid score than both a whey protein isolate and a whey protein concentrate.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with like a whey protein too, there's intensive need of resources to get the whey protein as a finished good. What about with your protein? Like with your protein, is it like less intensive, let's say, on like the soil, the water resources and all that?
Yes, it is more sustainable as well, much more sustainable than a dairy protein. And peas and rice don't fart as well, so like the cows. I'm not against cows. I'm having steak tomorrow, steak and lobster, and I'm Australian, I love my barbecue, but yes, it is more sustainable, but we're definitely more sustainable, but unlike a lot of companies, not naming any, Oatly and some of the others out there, we don't use that as the strongest marketing point. We're not going to be using, say, buy our protein because we're more sustainable than anything, but we're a shit protein. You know, we don't do that. We actually focus on what I think is the most critical parts of what makes a good protein. Well, I think most importantly, it tastes good, mixes good. It has a high good amino acid score, and it needs to be a fair price for a high quality protein. Unlike a lot of the others, you know, are just leveraging hype and things that can't be measured.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, try our protein, mate. Do you have some questions, mate?
No, I was just hanging out with him.
Oh, you're together.
Mark is the president of Ketone Labs.
G'day, Mark. Nice to meet you, mate.
Honestly, he may have been the person to have on the thing here. He's an expert at this.
What?
Everything.
I wouldn't say that.
But I'd love to try which one.
Sure, we'll try both. Nice to meet you, Mark.
Chocolate.
We're just talking about Dave's got some ideas about some cooperation about the keto protein with the ketone guys. Go PhD
down there too.
Oh yeah, I can get you some samples.
Yeah, we could maybe bang them together and sure.
Yeah, and then
So which is the best flavor?
chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah, I'm a chocolate guy.
So as I was explaining earlier to David, we're allergen-free, lactose-free, sugar-free, so definitely keto-friendly.
Yeah.
But being a dairy-free protein,
We have low capacity issues.
we're focused on, here you go, in the US, so we have our distributors in the US. I live in Shanghai, but I'm from Australia.
I can tell.
Well,
Yeah. So what is the protein?
originally, you got to think about protein quite unique to others. We're originally from pea and rice, but unlike pea and rice, we've gone through a wet blend process. So we've reconstituted in water, removing a lot of the negative taste, smell, and grit. We've also hydrolyzed the protein, so it's a hydrolyzed isolate to make it more digestible, as I was mentioning before with the DS. Yes, white rice.
White rice, got it.
Yep. And we infuse, and this is a very critical factor, and the last step after the hydrolyzation, the third step, is what we call the molecular protein infusion, where those three materials, the pea, rice, and essential amino acids, because it's in a wet blend process and through
So
pea.
you're adding an amino acids?
Yep.
Okay.
But unlike anyone can dry blend mix amino acids, they're actually infused in the protein itself. So because when it's heated and pH adjustments, as well as the enzyme therapy, the proteins themselves open and the essential amino acids and the other two proteins fold onto each other to form one protein particle. And then it's spray dried.
Okay.
So we've plugged all the holes. So a way to simply, I was explaining to David, think of all the good things about a whey protein, amino acid score, mixability, digestion, all of those things. But without the negatives, the allergen, the lactose, the sugars, the lactose, but also the volatile prices of whey protein, as I'm sure you guys know. It's been pretty crazy recently. We're not a cheap protein, but we are competitive.
Pea and rice ain't cheap.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about that.
Relative to like a whey protein, what is the cost difference per pound per kilo?
Well, per pound, we're at $7 nearly.
Yeah, so truckload we're at $6.50, and then pallet $7.50. X-Works, you know, warehouse, US warehouse.
Okay.
So $7.50. And what's that whey protein concentrate at the moment?
Whey protein concentrate, if you can get it, that's what.
12?
Yeah, 12, 13. Yeah. So we have more protein, higher DS, high mark.
We're 85%.
Mark, good to meet
Yeah,
you.
Benoit Turpin, yeah.
We're 85% on a dry matter basis, NiHPRO. So it's we're right in the middle of WPI. We are an isolate, scientifically speaking, but we're right in the middle of a whey protein isolate and a concentrate. But we're currently nearly half the price of
WPI for sure.
WPI.
WPI is 14.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're
we're at
half
650, on truckloads, and so we're at 85% protein, but our DS pushes us above the WPI. We're at 116 on DS, and WPI is 109.
And equal leucine and 4 times more L-arginine. And we were explaining to David just before you arrived, because you guys have a lot of key selling points on the GLP-1 market, which is 20% of now the US population. We also have a lot of key selling points, being the sugar-free, but also the high L-arginine content. So there's 4 times more L-arginine than a whey protein.
Thank you. Yeah, I think there's some stuff we can do
Spend
together.
some time with the plant
Some
protein.
ingredients.
Yeah, you have,
Appreciate you.
It's okay.
Ambrosia Planta.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Second?
Ambrosia Planta, it's a GHC vitamin shock, sprouts. So that was my upgraded.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously,
we were the first ones to put amino acids in plant protein to bring up the score. So what you've done is fascinating.
right.
I was talking about the MPI, the molecular protein infusion, because anyone can dry blend mix, but with the wet blend, which is quite expensive because we have to go through our entire process, enzyme therapy, but the spray dryer, very expensive, because that's where your biggest costs come, is the steam, the spray dryer. But because of what we're doing and the heat exchange and the pH adjustments and the enzyme, things are open and they fold onto each other. But it doesn't denature the protein. We're not going up, to crazy degrees, and we're using protease enzymes. So it doesn't denature the protein, but it does allow things to fold onto each other.
You guys are the product with McGregor. That's you guys, no?
That's us.
Yeah.
We were just discussing that, Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Because I've seen that come out of nowhere. I'm like, oh my god.
I didn't come out of nowhere. Trust me on that.
No, I know that. But I mean,
I used to have a great hairline before that.
I had another ketone company that approached me and said, hey, can you help us, make a drink and everything else? And I looked at their ingredient. I'm like, no, I can't, with that. So, I mean, you guys obviously, solved that riddle. But what I'm working on, if down the road you want to work on a protein version of your, with your, your ketones. So I'm working on technologies, right now. So we're probably like 3 months out on that, on helping with, so staying the protein staying in solution in, low pH, type RTDs, but also increase the uptake, so absorption, significantly better than any other protein on the market.
Yeah.
So if that's of interest to you guys, then we can definitely stay in touch.
Please.
Obviously you need to push your first product, and get traction and everything else.
Not really the first one. We got 100-something brands using OBHP.
Okay.
And no one else can. We're the only ones who do it. We have 150
I've known
plus
for years. They used to work with Compound Solutions.
So that was 2017 range. At that time, I actually came out with a BHP product. I was one of the first to use it in a non-keto application. I think I was the first. And so, and then we pulled that back and basically it just got out of control. RIPs, I mean, again, 150 patent. You can't use BHP in a supplement without violating the patent.
Right.
So if it's a ketone product, if it's not 1,3-butane-diol, which is not a ketone, it's an alcohol, it's got to come from us. So it's a good place to be with our IP. Yeah, so we have a lot of fun. But the McGregor drink's gonna be really fun.
Really, one of the only areas in terms of combination we don't have a current exploration right now is the protein in ketone combo. But we've done innovations on creatine and ketones. Obviously, we have creatine and your ketones energy drinks, ketones in the energy stick packs.
Right.
Paraxanthine and ketones.
Right.
A bunch of different things, but our hypothesis is whether it's collagen or regular protein, there's a lot of things that can be done there, especially around the GLP-1 adjacent markets.
But the collagen's not GLP-1 friendly because it doesn't have the essential amino acids. It's not going to help muscle protein synthesis.
So it won't be for a muscle application. I could see someone using it for other applications, but for muscle, collagen's the most shit protein you can possibly use. It's terrible. Like it's scored.
It's got a DS of 0, right? Collagen. 0 DS. We're saying ours is 1.16.
Yeah.
Collagen zero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Dr. Seijay from Japan. He's our chief science officer.
Yeah, it's the worst.
David?
Nice to meet you, Dr. Seijay.
Hopefully nobody's taking collagen for muscle growth.
No.
Hopefully.
Well, some people believe it is because they're ignorant, but unfortunately,
Great marketing.
Great
Just like
marketing.
some people believe butanediol is a ketone.
Correct, and it was super cheap
Very well
back in
done.
the day.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see. But you're doing some really cool things.
Thank you, man. Another idea, and we don't have samples. Someone didn't pack them, not you, someone else. We have another one called Carb Fix, which is highly branched chain cyclic dextrin.
Yep.
That could work very, very well with the ketone as
I'm
well.
familiar with that before. Not that brand.
Costadextrin. We would have formulated costadextrin. Yeah, so we're very similar to costadextrin, except we've been purified, so we go through a filtration process, and more importantly, we're 100% corn-free. They use likely GMO, because almost all corn is GMO. So costadextrin use corn. We use pea starch, which is an upcycle from our protein, pea starch and tapioca starch, making the highly branched chain cyclic dextrin. We also purify it, taking it through a filtration process, removing the excess resistant starch. Resistant starch is great for gut health, but when you're looking for an energy source, an energy drink, resistant starch doesn't, because it's resistant starch. So we've also removed the excess resistant starch, making it a much clearer product, more stable in solution product, and less taste than costadextrin as well.